Yo, 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 what's up? You are live on Cool Heavy, Real Deep Mellow Conversations with Carlos. I'm your host, Carlos Stargell, and I want to thank y'all. I want to thank each and every one of y'all who joined in, who's watching, and those who are not. And if this your first time, please, if it's in your heart, please subscribe to my channel at Carlos Stargell 910. Hit that like button. But before we get started, that's what I wanted to tell you. Okay, now, what I wanted to talk about today, I was watching the podcast earlier with Willie D for the Ghetto Boys. He said some stuff. He said what he was saying, and I was actually thinking it. He was talking about the podcast I saw. He was talking about that guy who shot up everybody in that church, Dylan Roof in Charleston, South Carolina, which I thought that was real bogus and foul because, number one, he was a racist and he went to a black church and shot him up. And what really got me too is when he told me he got his tail kicked while he was locked down, which I think he actually deserved. Now, what I want to say about that too, now if it was a man of color who did that, you think they gonna take him to McDonald's? You think they gonna take him to McDonald's and you think they gonna be all nice to him or whatever? No, they only do that to the so-called scumbags and cowards and MLs and bastards and all that. Now, what I want to say about that too. Now, a man, see, one thing I can always say, I don't never put nobody down who's been incarcerated, locked up, or went to jail or whatnot, because from my understanding growing up as a kid, it was always people at the wrong place and at the wrong time, which is all good. But that's fine and good with them. But to me, the real ones, the ones who's the ones, the real armed robbers, rapists, embezzlers, crooks, thieves. It's not the men of color. It's them scumbags and them scumbag narcissistic demons who came who do claim that America love it and leave it. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? Y'all ain't from this country either. And guess what? As far as America love it and leave it, guess what? Why don't you go back to Europe or wherever you came from and stop telling people of color to go back to Africa, because I don't think that's cool at all. And for you to say that, and you know good and well that you had forefathers and ancestors come from Europe and other countries as well, and you're gonna try to look at people of color a different way. You never gave us our rights. You never gave us satisfaction. You reneged on us numerous of times. And you think that we could just gonna sit up there and just keep on taking it? No. We want the same rights. We want the same rights y'all got. Power and equality. Yes. And I just want to say this right here. A lot of stuff, and then what really gets it, the education in America. Now, it's one thing back in time when they didn't want our people to know how to read or write, because they know if they did, they know we would have been a powerful nation. And I'm gonna tell you something. And I call them cowards because they can't fight one. They can't come at you by themselves. They can't go one on one with you. They got anything that's to their advantage. That's what they use. So guess what? We'll do the same thing by any means necessary. And you lock us up. You locking people of color up for defending themselves and for something and for crimes that we did commit and the lies that you tell to put us down. Well, guess what? Y'all gonna be held accountable. They gonna be held accountable by the Lord. And when judgment day come, now I'm just gonna say this right now. I'm in no predicament or in no position to tell who's good and who's evil, and I'm not in no predicament or position to determine who's going to heaven or hell. Cause guess what? Everybody's got to be held accountable. But what I'm saying, this so-called privilege, they've been getting it for the last 500 years, and we sick and tired of all the bull. I mean, if we was to defend ourselves and we explain it to them dearly and it's true, and no matter how many witnesses we have, no matter if it's proof, witnesses, or anything we have, they still want to try to bring us down. That just shows you that ignorance is at the all-time high. And like I said, and I really want to thank Willie D for that, for that podcast, for that episode in that podcast he did about Dylan Roof getting his tail kicked in prison because he got exactly what he deserved. He thought because of his shade, he thought he can get away with the shit that he did. But guess what? No. When, like I said too, and I'm excuse me, like I say too, and to be honest with you, I'm glad he got his ass kicked. If it were me, I would have did more than that. And the person that did it, good for you. I wish you could have finished the damn job. But don't get it twisted. Now, I'm not just calling. Now, if I call you out, I don't care about your color. I don't care about your religion. I don't care about your lifestyle or none of that irrelevant shit. If you're wrong, you're wrong. I'm gonna call you out. Now, if you got a heart of gold and you respect others like you respect yourself, and like I said, I don't care about nothing that's irrelevant. As long as we respect each other, as long as we cool, I have no problem. But if you got a a-hole mentality, I don't want a damn thing to do with you because I don't have no problem to let you know how I feel, legal. Because that's one thing. I don't have no problem standing up to anybody. I don't care who you are. And I have no problem saying what's on my mind. And as far as the consequences, yeah, I'm ready. Before what I say, I'm ready for the consequences. Let me tell y'all something. Them so-called red, white, and blue patriots never had a problem with speaking. Y'all never have a problem with them speaking their mind. You never had a problem with how they treated us. And then let me tell you something. You want to get rid of all the people that did the good, like the Black Panthers, the NAACP, the SEC, and all that. You don't want to give them the recognition, but y'all want to try to destroy us. Y'all want to try to destroy them. What is the same way you try and destroy people of color? You need to try to do something about those racist groups like the Klan, the skinheads, the Nazis. Do something about them. Well, guess what? You know the reason why y'all never did nothing about it? Because y'all in that same bullshit too. And I'm just telling it like it is. And like I said, this country is so dumb. I mean, we deal with it, but I'm gonna tell you something. Every country has their own BU double hockey stick sugar and iced tea. But what I want to say about that, America's so backwards. I mean, they look at America, they make it like America's like the greatest country in the world. Bullshit. If it was so good, why do we have poverty? Why do we have poverty? Why do we have all the stuff that's going on? What's going on over here? And y'all look at people of color as bad. And like they're nothing because of the bullshit you co-sign by our so-called government. But guess what? I know better. And I don't trust a certain group of people as far as I can spit on. How you just gonna let certain group of people get away with stuff? But as soon as people of color defend themselves, you wanna lock us up or kill us? You know what? Yes, I'm gonna say something about that. And I'm gonna say something about all the crap that's going on. Like, for example, I'm glad Donald Trump was found guilty. Dumb son bitch, dog, he gonna get away with a whole lot of shit, but he didn't. Well, guess what? You going down, boy. You going down. They gonna play hokey pokey. They gonna do the hokey pokey when you go to jail. You damn. No. You know what? Let me calm down because I'm not trying to say words that I'm not trying to say stuff that's not. I'm just trying to be cool. But and then this Santos, I heard he was in federal custody. Good for him. That poured his ass too. And a lot of people that's getting away with stuff, that's been getting away with it, guess what? Was in the dark, will come to light. And guess what? The more y'all hide the truth, the deeper we dig to find it. So guess what? Keep on hiding the truth. We gonna find it. We gonna find it. We got hopes and dreams and ways and means to search for the truth. And there's a lot of truth out there, y'all. But certain devils prevent it from being known. I mean, a lot of stuff they taught us in school, they taught us what they wanted to teach us. But thank God for us, thank God for the ones like us who has brains. We do our own research. And you know what? And from the research we look at, from what we read and from what we were taught, I just got one word, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. BU double hockey stick sugar honey iced tea. That's what it is. And I'm sorry I'm sorry, but this been on my mind for the longest. But don't get it twisted. It's a lot more I love to say, but I don't. You know why? I'm not trying to step on nobody's toes, and I'm not trying to have the FBI, the CIA, or whoever knocking on my door consider me a terrorist because I'm not. If anything, those are the real terrorists, and y'all know what? The enemy is here, and we going over other countries, killing them, and they ain't did a damn thing to us. And the enemy is here, brainwashing us with all this bull. And I'm sick and tired. I'm just sick and tired of. I'm really tired of them. What they saying. I'm tired. I'm tired of. I'm really tired of hearing it. Everything we were taught, ever since we came out the womb, was bull. And I'm not gonna sit back and. I'm not gonna sit back and just be quiet like they want us to be. I'm gonna speak my mind too. You wanna lock me up or kill me for my freedom of speech? Guess what? Y'all can kiss where the sun rays miss, because y'all ain't nothing but a piece of fucking shit on the damn map. And I'm just telling it like it is. And like I said, I'm like every black American in this country, sick and tired of being sick and tired. They all, I mean, we try to be successful, and they find a way to try to take it from us, because they can't stand to see people like us as rich as them. And I'm just gonna tell it like it is. And far as freedom, and I'm gonna tell you another group of rappers that I'm glad that spoke out, did their thing, and they try and they try to bring them down too. Luther Campbell and his Two Live Crew. And y'all know what? And I'm glad they were the first to put it out there where they cursed on the records. That lets you know them was a bold, vicious brothers. Oh, like, yeah, they started. Yes, they did. Well, I don't know if they started the cursing or profanity or whatever, but put it like this: they was the first to let it be known that they ain't scared. They ain't scared of this. They ain't scared of nobody in this country. They gonna say what they say. They gonna speak their mind, and they gonna let you know if you don't like it, you can get the hell on too. And I'm gonna tell you another group of bad boys. I still they say they the most dangerous group. Yeah, when it comes to speaking, when it comes to telling it like it is, yes, they are the world's most dangerous group. NWA. Yes, y'all know what it stands for. And and you know what? They if they would have just hung in there, they could have took over the world. But to be honest with you, they had a effed up manager at the time. God rest. I mean, he's no longer with us. God rest his soul. And he caused a lot of confusion with the group. I mean, Ice Cube. I mean, a lot of people say Ice Cube was the first to see that. No, he was among the first, but he wasn't actually the first. The first one who actually saw it, believe it or not, was Arabian Prince. He got out, but he left before. He left like 2 weeks before Straight Outta Compton dropped, and yeah, he did. And then Ice Cube, I think what really got him is he felt like the money that he made, he deserved, and that cricket manager tried to get him to sign, and that's it. That was his money he made, and I don't blame Mr. Jackson. I would have did the same thing. I would have said, "F you, I'm gone. I can do bad. I can do well on my own." So he did that, and he blew up with America's Most Wanted. NWA, yes, even though they left, they still was a hot group. They still made great songs, but they made an EP, 100 Miles Around, which was pretty good. And their album, In for Life, that was pretty decent. But then Dr. Dre saw how Jerry Heller was. And I'm glad he made the smart move to leave too, even though he formed a record company with a fool, with a fool on edge. Suge Knight. I mean, come on now. I mean, it's good that he formed his own record label, but all that strong arming and the torture and all that wasn't even necessary. Sure, you didn't have to do all that. It didn't take all that. You didn't have to. I mean, yeah, you want to run the business, but you ain't have to be all vicious with it and stuff. That's why you're butt in jail now, you dumb sucker. But anyway, getting back to Dre, yeah, when he left, and then after he left, Suge, he formed Aftermath, which I thought he did a pretty good job with that. And sad to say, before Eric Easy E Wright passed on, before he discovered that he was diagnosed with AIDS, God help, they they were about to get a reunion started. It would have been nice if they would have got back together one more time. But then he passed. That kind of hurt the country, and it wasn't long after he found out that he passed, and that's what really got me. But they did attempt a reunion, but they had Snoop Dogg as a replacement. He made a great replacement because he was one of Dr. Dre's proteges. If anything, if they had Snoop in there, you know who they should have had too. They should have had Ice Cube cousins, Dale the Funky Homo Sapien, Mac 10, WC. Shoot, they should have Easy E. He should have brought the both Bone Thugs and Harmony, and that was his discovery. I mean, but I can say this: Eric, Mr. Jackson, and Dr. Dre, man, they made some hell of a discoveries, didn't they? Like I said, Ice Cube brought in his cousin Dale the Funky Homo Sapien. Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, Easy, Bone Thugs and Harmony. And guess what? Even after Easy died, Bone Thugs and Harmony was on their game. And I still will rock their music today. Even though I can't understand a damn thing coming out their mouth, but Bone Thugs and Harmony rock. Yeah. But that reunion, it would have been sweet if Easy was still on this earth. But tell you the truth, it just didn't feel the same. And I can't blame him. I'm not mad at him, but what's good about it too, I love me some now that was the last rap group that I really, really liked it. NWA. But well, excuse me, y'all. What I'm saying too, what I want to say too, I thought that to be honest with you, but what I'm just saying too, groups like NWA, Public Enemy, Two Live Crew, the real ones, they speak their mind, make a stand. They don't care what come out their mouth, what come up do come out. But then the so-called government want to try to bring them down. I mean, they didn't say nothing about Ozzy Osbourne biting backs heads off. They didn't say nothing about Madonna half naked on stage cause they thought she was living in a material world. I mean, come on now. Keeping it real with you. That could, that's another reason why I'm glad I didn't get involved in the entertainment industry because I would have called them out with no problem. And then you know what though? I'm not in the industry, but I don't have not one single problem calling certain people out, especially the so-called devils that in this country. I mean, those are the real devils. Those are the real criminals. Those are the real, put it like this, they the real liars and thieves and all that good stuff. But I'm not gonna let them steal my joy. But I will say this: I don't have no problem letting them know how I feel. I ain't got no problem cussing them out or none of that because the words that come out of my mouth will make them feel like their souls got snatched out of. Don't mess with me. Y'all can talk all that mess y'all want to, but I'm not gonna deny it because I'm a straight rider, and you don't want to with me for real. I'm not the violent person, but I know how to get you, and I know how to get you. When I do, you will be embarrassed. You will be humiliated. You will look stupid. You will have that. Oh my God, I just shitted on myself. Look, but like I said, I'm not the baddest person in the world, but I'm not the one you want to mess with or underestimate either. So guess what? To be honest with you, I'm a man of peace. But the majority of the time, I have to bring the heat because people not gonna people. It's a lot of people out here that they don't want you to get along. They really don't. They don't want to get along. They ain't trying to get along, and they feel like they don't have to get along. Well, guess what? Y'all gonna be some lonely MLs and bitches when y'all leave this earth because the same people that y'all so-called don't want to be bothered with or try to brush off or whatnot for no reason, those are the same ones y'all gonna need before y'all leave this earth. And like I said, when you do, you're gonna have to answer. You got to be held accountable and you will answer to God. And guess what? I'm not trying to be smart or difficult, but it's a lot of them out here really need to bust hell wide open with gasoline draw with the hole in the center. And I hope that, and guess what though? And I wouldn't even put the fire out with a damn squirt gun. That's how I feel. But I just want to say this right quick though. In the words of Rodney King, can we just get along? In America's answers, no. They ain't trying to get along. But I will say this. Long as I'm the only person I need to be concerned about right now is me. It's numero uno. That's the only ones who they don't. I'm the only one I need to be concerned about. I don't care. I don't care about what goes on. I don't care about what goes on in this country. What's going on? Long as it's not, long as it's not messing with me. Because guess what? You mess with certain. You got to be careful about who you mess with because you don't know what goes through people's mind. You don't know how they're gonna retaliate. And I just want to. And before I go to, I just want. And then another thing, I just want to say too. I want to say something about the brown nosers, mainly the brown nosers, and the ones who think they when they get a little successful, a lot of them forget where they come from and they look down on others. They got their nose so stuck up in there they can smell their ass. And I'm just telling it like it is. And I just want to say this right here: the ones who butt you kissing, guess what? You're gonna end up looking like a fool after it's all said and done. So remember where you came from. Cause like I said, I might not. I ain't talking about the neighborhood. I ain't talking about your upbringing. I'm talking about from dirt that goes to anybody. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That's how we leave. That's what happened when once we leave this earth. Like I said, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. We're all in the same. We're all the same. We might be different shades on the outside, but on the inside, we're all the same. I mean, we are all the same. We bleed the same. We put on one pant leg at a time, one sock at a time, or whatnot. We are all the same. And for those millions who started all this racism crap, take that bullshit somewhere else. Take it to the country that your ancestors and forefathers came from. That's why your mind messed up. And then a lot of y'all Trump supporters. I mean, I'm not trying to knock who you like, but y'all some stupid mama. Y'all follow him. Y'all see the man's in trouble now. Y'all listen to him. Y'all gonna be in trouble too. So so guess what? The errors of your ways. I hope they better days. And y'all gonna need to learn from cause I learned from the mistakes I made, and God only knows my faith. So guess what? The ones who bread not baked and still stuck in time with all this racism, go fuck yourself. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Go fuck yourself. But anyway, my time is up. I just had to speak my mind today because I don't like all this stuff, all this chaos and what's going on in this country. I don't like it, and I just want to talk. I just want to speak how I feel. But nothing against nobody. I just don't like what's going on in this country. The you, the undesirable snakes in America. But anyhow, my time is up. And I didn't mean to sound so angry, but I just had to tell it like it is. But like I said, but if this is the first time you view this, please hit that subscribe button if it's in your heart. But if it's God's willing, I will be back later after the 6 o'clock rush hour, after the 5 o'clock rush hour. I should be around by 6:30 or 7. I mean, whatever's clever. But anyhow, thank y'all for tuning in to Cool, Heavy, Real Deep Mellow Conversations with Carlos. And I'm your host, Carlos Stargell. And then until after the 6 o'clock rush hour, uh, after the 5 or 6 o'clock rush hour, God bless you. I love you. Y'all be good. Y'all take care of yourselves and each other. Peace to fingers. I'm out here like last year. When I see y'all after the rush hour. Peace.